Hey everybody, and welcome back to Bigfoot Cooking, where today we are going to take this lovely piece of pork belly right here and we're going to turn it from this into this. Whoa, that's right, this is the way pork belly should look. Now, to do this, this is one of the easiest, simplest recipes I think I've given you guys so far. You need two things. You need pork belly, because, well, without pork belly, you're not going to have a pork belly smoked thingy-mabob, and a seasoning. Now in this case, we are using apple pie rub. That's right, these guys at Lane's Barbecue, they make a apple pie rub that, oh bro, let me tell ya, this goes on so good, because you know, apples and pork pair together so well. So to do this, it's literally, it's preparation, putting it in the smoker, coming back a few hours later, wrapping it up, and then eating. So let's get to the hardest part of this, which is just to prep this little piece of pork. So come on, let's go. Now, to prep this thing is not really a lot. Actually, you don't even have to do this, but this will help give it a little bit more flavor. For the smoker, we're gonna put it fat side up, so that way we don't dry this guy out. I'm gonna take my knife and we're gonna score into the top of this. Now, if you're artsy, you could probably design stuff. You could do a flag, you could do whatever. But for today, we're just gonna take, and you're only cutting into it maybe a 1/4 inch, or what is that, 10 centimeters if you're across the pond. But we're just gonna trim into it some, so that way, this spot that we cut into it is gonna allow the seasoning to soak into it a little bit. So let me do some slicing. And there we go, a nice diamond cut to get all the stuff down in there. Now, touched it. Let me wash my hands and we're gonna sprinkle stuff all over it. So now we got one clean hand, one dirty hand. Let's go ahead and start loading this baby up. Because with this, it's gonna be in the smoker long enough that you're gonna really wanna put a good amount of seasoning on this. If you just tease it a little, you're not gonna get that good apple pie flavor with your pork. So no lie, don't play. Don't hold back. We're gonna give it a little massage therapy too. We ain't missing none of the flavor on this guy. Do a little flip and get the other side. That's right, clean hand, dirty hand. Gotta pay attention to that. Don't wanna cross-contaminate your pork. And make sure you don't miss them edges either, because all of this matters when it comes to the flavor. We have made the pork disappear and the seasoning completely up here. So now let's head out to the smoker so we can set this guy on it and clean up a little. All right, the smoke is a-smoking. Let's get to loading. We'll set this bad boy right about here. Ooh, look at that. Slide this guy off. It's a handy little tool, I tell you what. And from here, we pop in the meat probe. We'll just slide it about center mass right here. And what we're looking for is about 165 degrees. That's when the pork is technically edible, meaning it's cooked enough so that it won't make you sick. But we're gonna go a little further than that, because once it's at 165, it comes out, we wrap it, and we throw it back in. So now, well, we just wait till we hit the temp, probably 3-4 hours, because right now I'm at 225, so I'm kind of bringing this up slow. I'm not in any hurry. I want this thing to have a little smoke to it, a little flavor to it, and a little get right. So right now, we're gonna let it get right. You know, this guy really needs to pay attention to his smoker. It's out here just doing its thing and he's nowhere around. Let me spray a little apple juice here. Don't want this thing to dry out now, do we? Just to keep the flavor going. You know, this really does smell like apple pie. This is going to be really good stuff. I might just take this with me. It is apple juice after all. It's good stuff. All right, we are looking good coming off the smoker. Now I'm gonna take this beautiful piece of meat, lay it right here in the paper, because we want the rest of this to cook up and be just, I don't know, awesome. All right, we're gonna take our paper and pull things up nice and tight. Get the end folded over. Oh, Wait, before I do that, let me go find out. I had some apple spray, hold on. Okay, found it. So we're gonna go ahead and give it just one more coating of the apple juice. That way, as it sits in here, it gives it another chance to kind of soak it up and get happy. Because after all, you want your taste buds happy. So now, let's wrap. We are ready. Now I'm gonna put this back on the smoker until we get up to about 200 degrees. At that point, I'm gonna pull it off, take it back out of the wrap, and then we're gonna finish it. All right, we got this thing up to 202, at least according to the probe. So now, we'll go ahead and unwrap this guy. I know it's gonna make a big old mess because there's juices all over the place from this thing. Whew, it's like Christmas right here. And oh brother, the smell from the top of this thing is wonderful. Now, I've turned up the Pit Boss over here to 350. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this, because like you see, it's a really nice, damp, damp's not the right word for meat, but like you see, it's really wet. So we're gonna go ahead and put it in there, let it finish for about 10 minutes and see if I can kind of crisp up the outside a little bit. And then we take it inside and we slicing this bad boy up. I know I'm letting this thing drip, but this smells just like apple pie. This is gonna be freaking awesome. Right, straight off the smoker, and I'm telling you, I have never smelled bacon that reminded me of apple pie before. Yes, I know I keep calling it bacon and it's a pork belly because it's not seasoned, but it's the same meat, just treated different. So what do you say we slice into it and see what we got? We'll start with a nice happy piece right here. Oh, whew, she's still hot, but look at there. Got the smoke ring right here on it. Just juices are flowing. Woo. Let me set this guy on a plate. Give me a little trim right here. And well, let me make it disappear. Man, I have never had apple pie pork belly before. Huh. I mean, this stuff is tender. It is awesome. And I love you, mama, but you ain't never made nothing like this before. Now, what do you do with it from here? Well, I'm gonna let this cool down because it's really hot. It literally just came off the smoker. Well, except for this piece, I'm gonna keep eating it. But I'll tell you what, if you wanted to make like sandwiches out of it, if you wanted to maybe cut it into like a bacon strip and have a bite of it for breakfast or something, that would be really good. I do know that these bites right here, well, by the time you see this, they ain't gonna exist. And by the time they don't exist, y'all gonna know that Bigfoot is real and really knows how to do some apple pie pork belly. Y'all take care.